For a while now, I've been wanting to make a video. In particular, a video on a VR game. I was thinking about making a Skyrim VR one, maybe even one on Car Mechanic. And I mean, I probably will make those in the future, but one game that I think has been treated far too harshly is Thief VR Simulator. Thief Simulator VR. You get the point. Now, I've played my fair share of VR games. I mean, I don't think I've done hundreds of hours, but I've put hours in. There's been multiple days where I've just been like, that's a VR day. I'm going to play a bunch of VR. I'm going to check out some new games. I'm going to play games I already have. So, I've played games before. I know when a VR game is bad. Because, trust me, there are plenty out there where it's like, this isn't working. There either needs to be a lot of work done to it, or just maybe start again. Or maybe it's just not meant to be. This game is not one of those. This is a really good game. It's not perfect. It's not the best game on VR. But do you know what it is? It's the best Thief game on VR. Or at least the best I've played, and yeah, the only one I've played. So that might make me a bit biased, but I mean, if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't play it.
The first person is leaving. It's right on point. That should be the last. Yeah, they're both going. Oh my god, this is perfect. Once this person walks past, we're just going right in.
There's plenty of other VR games that are the only version of that game that I've played. And it's not fun. It's not intuitive. It's not exciting. You don't feel as immersed. For example, Elite Dangerous. The game is really fun. It's in VR. It has a VR compatibility. But you still have to play with a controller. At least as far as I'm aware. And that kind of takes away from the immersion. This game, completely VR. You use your controllers, you can walk around in your room, and it walks around, in the house that you're robbing or in the workshop that you're in. It's immersive. It's VR.
Oh my god. This genuinely is so smooth. It feels like it's throwing it where I want it to go. Let's see how accurate I can do this. Now, I haven't actually thrown something in real life in a while, so... But we'll see. I'm going to try and hit the cross up there. That's pretty good. You try and do that in just about every other VR game. It's messy.
Now, a lot of the reviews, most of the reviews really, mainly talked on the fact that the UI was bad. So the interface, going through the menus, the settings, they said it's not good. I'm not entirely sure what they mean. There was actually a part in this video where, I encountered a bug involving the UI where it wouldn't scroll. That was probably the first time that's happened to me. And do you know what happened? After about 5 seconds, it started scrolling. And it worked as usual. So I don't really understand. You point and tap, you have like a virtual stylus, a virtual pen, and you can tap around. And you do everything with that pen. There's even a computer that has a mouse. It's not the worst, but you know what? I'll let me tell you.
I will say this, I'm not happy with it. I don't know why. What I will say though is this is cool. Look at this. Look at it. You can set it to your right height. But this is weird. It's okay, but it's weird. I don't know if it's better or worse. It's kind of like the point and click menu, right? Where you just point and click. That's at this level. And this guy, it's not here. It's not here. It's just right next to it. It's equally as okay, that's a feature. That's a thing that exists.
So yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm missing the whole point of this. Maybe they had updates. Maybe they've updated their game and they've fixed it. They fixed all the UI problems that were at launch that I never encountered. Maybe I was lucky. I skipped that horrible process and I missed it all. But the reviews are still mixed. They're still mixed reviews, which means not only are the overall reviews mixed, but the recent ones. People who have played it recently and felt the need to review it, there's a mix. There's some people who love it, and there's some people that hate it. I looked through and a large portion of the people that hated it, at least from what I saw, they played less than an hour. Now, I have to just imagine that they had the worst experience ever. Their computer couldn't run it, their VR headset was bugging out, something game breaking must have happened, and I didn't experience that. I just enjoyed the game. I loaded it up, it worked, I tuned the graphics a bit, I was like, might be a bit laggy, we can mess with this, we can change that, and it worked. It worked pretty well. It ran a lot better than some of the other VR games that I've played. I think it ran better than Skyrim VR. I'm not sure if that really helps as a bit of a comparison, but it ran well. So like, I don't understand. I imagine that either this video is going to get a lot of hate, maybe it won't, maybe it'll get a lot of love, but I don't really know where the mixed reviews come from. If there was one that said, you know what, it gets repetitive. You go into a house, it's pretty straightforward. Even if the people are in the house, you can sneak around, you can get what you need, you can get out. There's not a big variety. That's fair. That's a fair criticism. Maybe they need to add a little bit more spice that happens, a little bit of more random events, less of a scripted sort of 9 to 5 sort of everything plays out the way it's meant to play out situation. If they change that, or if there were reviews saying that's the problem, that makes perfect sense. But they're not saying that. They're talking about the UI and they're saying that it's laggy. Now, I'm not one of these YouTubers out there that have a 3090 or 3080 or whatever cards exist nowadays slapped into their computer. I have a 1060 3GB. 3GB of VRAM running VR. And I do that in every single VR game that I play. And this game runs well. Sometimes there's text that you can't really read too well. I think that might be due to my super sampling mod that I put in here. But I can still, I know what the words mean. The fact that I can't read the word properly, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't take away from the experience. I can look at it, I know what it means, and then I can go and play. Like, reading the menus, that's not that big of an issue for me in a game where I'm meant to be stealing things. And I don't know, it's ridiculous because these developers, they did something they didn't have to do. They made the game into VR. They didn't even ask for like $60 or $100. I feel like it's a reasonable price as well. And there were even some reviews. Like, get this right. All these reviews that were under an hour, they played for less than 2 hours. They could get their refund. So it's like, they have something against this game. Something about this game just ruined it for them. And I don't know what it is.
You can actually go through the bins, which heckles that. Sometimes there's some stuff in there.
Like, the fact that prior to this game, we did not have a thief simulator in VR. This game came out, you can play as a thief in VR. You can go, you can steal things, you can get caught. There's risk, there's reward. Like, that's cool. The field of void. The field of void. If we were like, this game's horrible. I hated it, get rid of it. Now we suddenly just don't have it. Like, it baffles me. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the point of this video was. Whether it was to entertain you guys with the visuals, with the story, or whether it was to get a point across of my frustrations towards these players who hate on this game that I quite enjoy. I'm not really sure what it is, but I guess if there's anything to take away from it, it's that there's some things that will never be explained. Now, we're saying that, I bet you this video will do horribly. Everyone will hate it. If people do watch it, they'll be like, no, listen here, boy. Listen here. The UI, horrible. And I'll tell you why. And they're just going to own me. They're going to completely own me. And you know what? You could be right. You might be right. Maybe the UI is bad. Maybe the visual's bad. The visuals, they could be a little bit better in some points. Like, the trees are pretty bad. Maybe the story's bad. Maybe even the gameplay's bad. And you guys might be right. But I feel like I don't care. I like the game. I like the game, and I hope that the developers make more games. I hope they continue to update this game. I hope they make more VR games and fill this niche, this empty library of VR games. There's so many opportunities where there just needs to be a game, and if this is the best we're gonna get, I'm happy. I'm happy that this is the best, because you know what that means? that means it forces the hand of another developer, the next developer, to do better. They have to do better, and I'm going to love it. I'm going to absolutely love it because I love this game. I don't know, this is very much just a rant video, but I was actually watching another YouTuber, I think it's Habble. I'm gonna butcher that. I mean, I don't really pay attention to the channel name. I just pay attention to the content, and that they did a lot of VR content where they'd play a game, and a lot of the time they didn't really have there was no meaning to the video. Is that, I don't mean to sound rude, but like, for instance, in Skyrim VR, they were going house shopping where they'd download all these different houses and they'd go through them. Those videos were really fun to watch. They were really fun to watch, and it hurt because I have a VR headset. I have those games that they're playing, but I don't know how to make that video. That video that I watched, that I was like, this is amazing. This is the best. This is such a good quality video, and I have no excuse other than just, I don't know how to do it. I have the stuff. I have the software, I have the hardware, but I just don't know how to do it. And I really wanted to, so I guess this was my attempt at doing that. I will have a link to their channel in the description. Please do go check out their videos. Their videos are awesome. If I even managed to, I don't know, get a hint of the joy translated from their type of video to this video here, I feel like I've succeeded. So yeah, what they usually do is a little bit different to my normal outro, so how about I do that too? I hope you're having a good day. I don't remember what they say. They say something about, you know, have a good day, have a good lunch. And yeah, you do that too. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider subscribing. It helps me out quite a bit. And I think that's it. I think I can rest now. I mean, I say that, but I've only just recorded the audio. Now I've got to actually cut this down, and the audio is at like 18 minutes. An 18-minute video on Thief Sim, ranting about it. I don't know if people will watch this. And I also want to, this is going to be, you know what? Thank you guys for watching. I'll try and edit this down. Goodbye.